Today is January 6th, rundown. We're going to start with Mia Khalifa. And this is the Lebanese porn star, and why we are starting with her. She's in the news because according to Pornhub, and Big Cat blogged it yesterday, she's now the #1 searched porn star on Pornhub, replacing Lisa Ann. And now all the Lebanese, like really strict Arabs, want to kill her and are giving her death threats. All fine and dandy. Our boy Nate crawled out from whatever rock he's under and DM'd Mia Khalifa on his own and started a conversation like, hey, you want to maybe come on the rundown? I can watch your dog. And she said yes. So we were going to have her on the rundown because the story is exploding. It's front page NBC News. It's like, all right, we got this porn star, Mia Khalifa, coming on. She didn't answer our calls. Once we got close, I don't know if she saw a picture of the Nate dog or what, but she's out. But we're going to stick with her anyways. My main thing is not even about her being, who cares? First of all, I've never even heard of this girl. I've never watched porn with her. I will watch tonight just out of respect. But a little debate around the office. She's Lebanese, and in your blog, Dan, it said she had a tattoo of the infamous, like, Lebanese army or something on her wrist. And she also said, what? I'm not allowed to have political views? So she hates Jews, right?
Well, I don't know if she also said that the Middle East needs a president. So I don't know if her political views are exactly, like, well-informed here. I don't know whether she hates Jews. My guess is, my gut would say yes, but who knows? Maybe she's, different. We also need to see these Nate DMs. Like, what did he lead off with?
Yeah.
We need to see those.
What is Nate's porn star game like? That's what we need to see.
It's such a Nate move. Like, when I've talked to Nate, you got to own being, like, weird. And he's like, yeah, but I'm not really weird. It's like, yeah, but you've never gotten us a guest before. And then you come out of the clouds with a porn star, like, strike up.
He's also not on the rundown, so he's, like, inviting her to a party he's not at. We need to see the DMs. We just need to see the DMs.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting. As far as back to the debate real quick, I'll just say, because I said she hates Jews, I think she does. If you have political views and you're in the Mideast and you don't live in Israel, I think you just hate Israel. I think that's how it goes. If you have some army tattoo on you, like everyone, I'm not wrong about that history, right? If you're in the Middle East, not Israel, you hate Israel, right?
I think most people don't like Jews to begin with.
Well,
so
that's you.
At least with Lebanese tattoos, you're probably definitely going to
That's you. That's just, I mean, that there's definitely like 30% of people who don't like us, but it's like 98% in the Middle East, I think.
For sure.
Can we see your arms, Kevin? Because you don't have a Lebanese
always
arm.
have the long sleeves on, man.
It wouldn't shock me if, like, he took his shirt off and just had like a giant swastika on his back. Like one of those like creepy ones from like Red Dragon or something. And then we put this next topic in here. Farrah Abraham's lips were going to be next because we have the porn star, the wannabe porn star. And I was going to ask her, what do you think about the lips? The lips are amazing. KFC?
Dan hit the nail on the head with the Homer Simpson reference. I don't know. Why is that chick getting like chop shop Botox or whatever the fuck it was? Like, is she like really in like the back alley in a garage with some fake doctor after she's like kind of done mainstream porn and probably got paid a decent money and was on TV and shit? The fact that she's still getting injected with like caulk up in her face is ridiculous.
Big Cat?
Yeah, it makes no sense. I agree with you, Kevin, how she ended up with lips like that. Because the only way that happens is if you go to like some Mexican doctor who's like, or some guy who's like, oh yeah, I got my PhD in Russia, when they just like print it out on a piece of fucking napkin. But Dave, you actually, your PS was like the meanest thing you could say to a porn star.
I know.
You watched it once, but you didn't watch it twice. Like that's so mean.
It's true. There's something about this chick. She just does nothing for it. She's just off. I don't know what it is. It is. If I watch your porn once and it was the curiosity factor and never go back to it, you should retire. Like, I'll almost go back to anything at any, like something will pop in my head, like, and then I'll go look for it. Never. I have no interest in this girl. None. Her lips now, she's just, and she's got like 1 million followers, and she's verified. I hate this girl. Hall of Fame, that was today. KFC, you're like a crotchety Hall of Fame guy. You're like who I'd expect to be like a crotchety like Hall of Fame. Like
I am into it, but I'm the complete opposite as far as like the old crotchety shit. They just need to they need to change all the rules. But I do still think it matters. I know that like the voting is completely fucked up, and I know that all the old men who are voting are fucking stupid about it. But what, you don't care about the Hall of Fame anymore?
Not at all. And by the way, I've never really cared about it, but your boy there, I mean, he's a steroid guy. That's why he's not in.
But there's no...
And by the way, we're talking about Piazza, but he's a steroid guy.
There's no proof. There's only suspicion and innuendo. He's the only guy who's getting crucified for that.
Same with Sammy. Sammy Sosa's getting crucified for it. He's going down. He's got less votes this year.
Yeah, so...
No one can prove that he did steroids.
I mean...
Hall of Fame sucks anyway. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
So Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. There's no reason that he should be in the Hall of Fame. I also want to say, Kevin, you in your blog you were talking about how like Darren Erstad had like 1 vote, and the people he's walking around. How about the guys who they put on the list that don't get a vote? Just why? That's so mean. Yeah. Like Brian Giles. Brian Giles shouldn't be on that list. You look at his home runs. He got home runs exactly during the steroid year. Like. That's all he did. And he's up there with a big goose egg.
If you get 0, you get dropped. It's like the porn star thing. It's like 1 and done is worse than never being there at all.
Yeah. I mean, I've never cared about it. It is stupid. It's like stupid people who vote. Like, we have the blog. I mean, who's not voting for Pedro Martinez? This
is the thing. They all vote. I mean, not to get too much into it, but they all vote based on who the other guys are going to vote for because they know Pedro's going to get in, so they want to use their votes elsewhere to get other guys in. It's fucking stupid. You should look at the list. If you think the guy's a Hall of Famer, you vote yes. Not should he get in the first time or the second time or the third time. Not will other people be voting for him. Just was this guy a Hall of Fame player, yes or no? That's it. I don't care if 25 guys that get in. If they all deserve it, then they all deserve it.
And the worst part is, the fact that there's never been a unanimous vote Hall of Famer, and like fucking Mike Lupica's sitting there with his Wall Street Journal just like giggling like a little schoolgirl that no one can get 100% because it's some, unbelievable honor that will never be attained. Fuck that. Greg Maddux should have gotten 100%.
So should Pedro. Pedro,
Randy, it's a ton of guys who should.
Yeah. But
it's all Revenge of the Nerds too. It's like, oh, you weren't nice to me when I was in the clubhouse doing beat reporting. I'm not voting for you. Fuck
Agreed. But on the flip side, I couldn't care less about an issue. This is like the steroids. I don't fucking care. I don't care if you did them. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. The Hall of Fame voting. It's not even a story in my mind. I don't care about that shit. I just don't care. Next up, Lions tattoo guy.
Dave Morian is a seriously devoted Lions fan. So devoted that this past summer, he got a tattoo. And not just any old Go Lions tattoo. Dave went all in. His left calf now bears the image of the Super Bowl trophy with the Lions as the 2015 world champs. Ooh, that's not going to work out.
Disappointment, like slow and then anger and then just kind of disbelief, I guess.
The good news is that the folks at Elite Tattoo in Centerline, where Dave had the artwork done, planned ahead.
We made sure to leave the fonts designed in a way that it can be altered and changed as the years went on, because eventually they are going to win the championship. It can easily be changed to 16. And hopefully that's all he has to do. It's just one alteration, and then Dave will be a hero next year.
Today, Dave told me he'll get a touch-up job in the next week or so.
Yeah, I'm going to get the 2015 X'd out tattoo, and going to get a little arrow and go below it'll be 2016.
How long can you keep this up?
Well, as long as it takes, Hopefully it doesn't take a whole lot of room.
Dave says he'll never run out of patience. He may run out of room on his leg, but that's another story. In Auburn Hills, Steve Garagiola, Local 4.
Faith.
That's a fan.
Faith, absolutely.
This was a borderline story for me, whether this is going to make the rundown, because this is like the new thing. Half the time you can't tell whether people are just doing it for publicity. You get the tattoo that says you're going to win the championship before the season. Everybody talks about it when the playoffs start, and then everybody talks about it again when you get eliminated. Obviously, the Lions weren't winning the Super Bowl this year. There's one reason and one reason only for me why I included this, but I'll let you guys start. Big Cat.
Yeah, he clearly didn't really do it for the publicity because he's going to keep adding numbers, like he said. He was like, I'm going to just do an arrow to 2016. He's going to mangle his leg for the Lions, who are never going to win a Super Bowl.
Well, that was the biggest bullshit for me, is that the tattoo artist said they made the numbers in a way so that it can easily be changed. Fuck that. You got to have like big, thick, black numbers that can't be changed. You're either in on it in 2015 or that's it. You can't just keep changing it. It's all or nothing for me.
And my point was the newscaster at the very end, who dead serious, was like, faith, and looked directly into the camera.
Faith.
That's a fan.
Faith, absolutely.
And was almost proud of this guy and was taking it as a real news story. Shows you how pathetic and sad Detroit is. Usually you make fun of that, but these guys were, yes, this is what we have to do. I think a lot of people are going to think I'm joking about this next story. I'm not. I would say it's 87% chance that Bieber fucked Christie Brinkley. You're already shaking your head. Why do you say no?
It's stupid. It's like you just have this idea that Bieber's like the man to everyone, and this 60-year-old dime who's fucked like actual musical superstars doesn't give a shit about Bieber's pop music and who he is.
Couldn't be more wrong, KFC. Big Cat?
So what's the proof here? I didn't even read the
The proof is that he's the bad boy of rock and roll, and Dave.
But he just took a picture with her?
Yeah. She's taking multiple pictures with him, leg out like you read about in the last one. She wasn't posing like a 60-year-old. She had her legs basically spread towards him.
Well, she doesn't look like a 60-year-old, so anything she does, it's not like a 60-year-old.
She's super hot. And it's street cred. And were you here when Mike Stud was on telling the Bieber story with Adriana Lima, who fucks everybody? You are greatly on. For somebody like Christie Brinkley, who's 60 and still has it and still clearly wants to be like front and center and in the news, fucking Bieber is incredible street cred. And he's probably doesn't even know who she is. It's just a dime piece. You're looking at me. You are so out of the loop, KFC. It's amazing.
How many kids does Christie Brinkley have?
4?
Oh, here we go. She's got a kid who's 30, a kid who's 20, and a kid who's 17. Sailor. Sounds like a girl.
It's right up fucking their alley. It's like, my daughter's like this guy. Let me take a picture with him. You're the only person in the world that thinks he has street cred. Nobody else takes it seriously.
What are you talking about, KFC?
Dude, I can't. When I talk to you about this,
Put an asterisk next to this rundown, Hank. So when you start doing the compilation, you don't just stop halfway next year. You have it all marked and put that as the stupidest comment in 2015. Bieber, I'm the only one who thinks Bieber has street cred?
Yes, he fucks hot chicks because he's like a teeny bopper pop guy. But that doesn't mean he has street cred.
How'd he fuck Adriana Lima?
He does fuck girls. I get that. I don't think that means street cred.
Listen, she's clearly doing this for her kids. I've watched enough porn, enough mother-daughter porn to realize what's going on here. She's like, oh, I'll get you in, I'll get you around him, and then she's like, all right, I gotta go, I'm too old for this party, and then they fuck.
She's not too old for this party. If she thought she was too old for the party, you don't still look like she does at 60. You don't just look like that. You have to do work.
She used to be married to Billy Joel. That's a guy who does music, okay?
Yes,
that's a musician. That's a musician.
You don't fuck Billy Joel and then fuck Justin Bieber. You don't do it.
Correct.
If you guys are trying to push me into a corner to like bash Billy Joel, I won't do that.
You put yourself in a corner with this fucking Bieber stuff. Nobody agrees with you on this. Nobody. Like none of your readers, none of your employees, nobody agrees with you on Bieber.
Hey. No, actually some people do. The people that are going to tweet at you after this rundown looking for free retweets that you will always give.
Right.
Well, I mean, all girls, 97% of girls love Bieber. If that's not street cred, I don't know what is.
It's not. Like, there are plenty of pretty boys who fuck chicks because girls are dumb. I don't think that gives you street cred.
What gives you street cred?
I guess you just have different like criteria. If you fuck girls, you have street cred, then fine, he has street cred in your world.
Yeah, if you fuck Adriana Lima and fuck Christie Brinkley, you get street cred. Sorry. Chris Christie, next up. The question here. So we talked about him yesterday. he's with Jerry Jones in the booth, partying, fat guy, Giants, all that. Today, story that you blog, KFC, he actually has done business with Jerry Jones, gave him a huge contract in Jersey for the Port Authority to a company he owns. Does this change it? You wrote it like, yeah, this is great. That doesn't change anything for you?
No, I mean, I think this is just reality. I think this is how business is done. Friends do business with each other all the time. You give your buddies or other people a leg up for certain reasons. He parties with him and goes to his celebrity box, likes the Cowboys, friends with the guy, gives him business. It's not like, it's not like his company's not capable of doing the job. He just gave it to his buddy.
Interesting take. Big Cat?
I sort of lean with Kevin here. I mean, this is how the world works. You scratch each other's backs. You do things for your friends. It does give you a little bit of a feeling like Christie cares a little less about the Cowboys and a little more about just like selling like shit to his friends so he can get stuff in return, like hanging out on the field and stuff like that. But I don't know. This is like rich people help out rich.
It's a billionaire and a Jersey politician. Right. I mean, this is not the first time there's been some like backdoor deals and under the table handshakes with those kind of guys.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. But I don't like that shit happening like right in my face. Like, you better not let me find out about it if you're going to do it. That's how I feel. Like it's blatantly illegal. I'm reading the article you're writing. I don't even understand what the Chris Christie people, it clearly says you can't accept benefits from somebody you do business with when you're in government. Fine, that's a real rule. And then the next sentence is, but Chris Christie has his special amendment that says basically he can accept gifts for that.
Well, his people, they were like, it was a gift from a buddy. It's not somebody he does business with. I mean, I don't know about that. They're just trying to spin it. I just don't really care, to be honest.
That bothers me. If you're going to be a dirty politician, be dirty. Just don't let me find out about it. That's the rules. Once I find out about it, then I get angry, especially if I'm already angry because I'm watching your fat ass celebrate with the Cowboys when you're a Giants guy.
So you're an ignorance is bliss guy because you recognize it all happens. You just don't want to know about it.
Yeah, you better not let me find out about it. It's like the Goodell shit.
Because like of a moral high ground, or just like you think he should be better at doing dirty business?
Better at dirty business. I respect that. I don't need guy. If I find out about it, you're fired. That's you can't do that, and then just brush it off when it comes out. You got to keep that undercover. Same thing when he killed that guy in the traffic jam thing. Like, I like that traffic jam. That's something I'd do, but it wouldn't be front page news. Nobody would ever find out I did it, and I deny it. No paper trail. This guy's an idiot. He keeps getting caught. I can't have guys who get caught as my president because I want to torture people. I want to do everything to people. No paper trail.
I can respect that.
Last one, big subway fight.
We'll do it. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? I'm fucking tired of you. Bitch, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of all y'all. You fucking bitch. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. Bitch, I am not no fucking punk. Bitch, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. Bitch, you keep fucking playing with me. Bitch, I'm not no motherfucking kid. Bitch, I'm not no kid. You sit there doing all that. Bitch, I will kill you. Literally. I'm tired now. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of this bitch. Run her motherfucking mouth. Bitch. I'm tired.
I tried to listen to the fight. It was a whooping. That was one of the biggest whoopings we've ever had on these subway fights. Big Cat?
It was, I mean, you rarely see this, and it was so refreshing to finally get a fight like this, where the one who is just yapping gets absolutely demolished. And she was choked out. That went from like a little tangle to choked out in 4 seconds. Like, if that was a UFC fight, you'd be sitting there like, I want my money back from the pay-per-view that I just spent.
KFC?
That old woman coming in to break it up was the most reckless thing I've ever seen in a fight video ever. Those white girls jumping in thinking they were going to stop a sassy black girl fight on the subway is the stupidest thing I've ever seen done. Ever. You know my rules. I don't help anyone. I don't jump in on anything. I stay to myself. And if you're like a 90-year-old woman, you should abide by the same rules. That was reckless.
Yeah, totally agree. And everything about that's the truth. It was an absolute beatdown. Yeah, it just the fetal position. She put her in the fetal position, just held her there and screamed at her. That's the rundown. We didn't have the after rundown. I don't know if you guys caught that. I've been busting my boy, and you guys aren't Boston guys. I've been busting Hank's nuts a little bit here. Did you notice his Celtics blog the other day? We've had a lot of ridiculous statements here at Barstool, but Hank's our Celtics guy. And when they had Rondo night here, he said Rondo was a notch below Bird and Russell.
Hank, I appreciate the homerism here, but woo, pump the brakes, man.
Hank,
come on out, Hank. Come on out.
Come on out, Hank.
Yeah, it's not homerism because he was saying Russell and Bird. It's just.
I mean, come on out, Hank.
I mean, it was stunning. I had people like, I didn't know how to respond to it. Our Celtics guy.
You could say,
Well, I wrote a notch below Bird, and then I clarified.
And Russell, you said notch below. I read it.
Yeah, and then I clarified, but I meant, so then I clarified, said 2 notches below Pierce, who are obviously below those other 2 guys. So the original.
So we're doing notches. We got notches on notches.
Yeah. What notch are we on?
I don't know.
Wait, so Rondo's a notch below Bird and Russell.
No.
But 2 notches below Pierce and.
I should have taken out the first Bird and Russell.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
You should have never. You could.
I should have just not said notches at all. It was stupid.
You should have. Yeah, you should have just gone with no notches.
Yeah.
They're good players.
You should.
And they're not
Pierce,
Rondo and
don't compare them to that.
Rondo's not in the same category as those guys.
Just
My
avoid the
mistake.
notches, Hank.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Notch free.
What, Hank? And Dave, Dave hired you as a Celtics guy. The Celtics stink. You gotta throw out hot takes to get people reading. So
We would never be talking about the Celtics if it wasn't for Hank and his notches.
Well, actually, this is. I can read the sentence now. It's. I pulled up the blog. It's actually one of the most befuddling way he did this. Rajon Rondo will always go down as a Celtic great, but is definitely a notch or 2 down from guys like Bird, Russell, Havlicek, and Pierce. He's like 2 notches higher than Antoine Walker and 2 notches below Pierce.
Too many notches. I don't know where we're at.
We're just notching. We're notching all over the place.
No more notches.
Oh, that's like,
New Year's resolution. No notches for 2015.
it was like those riddles I could never figure out where it's like Tom is half the age of Mary, but 3 years older than Jim, and you're just like, wait, hold on, what?
I think you got to notch everybody now, Hank. Like, however you talk about athletes now has to be notches.
Hank, what you should have said to Dave when he was busting your balls for that is that he once notched Arkansas with Oregon and Ohio State.
I did notch
He
them.
has them notched on the same level.
I had those notched on the same level, for sure.
Notching can lead to trouble. Notching is very, very precarious.
You get into a lot of trouble when you start notching people.
It's amazing. That's an amazing couple. Rajon Rondo will always go down as Celtic great, but he's definitely a notch or 2 down from guys like Bird, Russell, Havlicek, and Pierce. He's like 2 notches higher than Antoine Walker and 2 notches below Pierce. It's an amazing. Pierce is notch.
So I think that means that Antoine Walker is only like 4 notches away from Bill Russell, I think.
Well, yeah, but the notch criteria is pretty big. There's large.
So not every notch is the same measurement.
That's a fair point.
In a foot.
Hank, tell me when I'm at a notch. Am I at a notch? Is this a notch?
Wait, he's not looking at TV.
You don't understand.
Big differences in between the notches.
You don't understand. If you saw Interstellar, it's like the planet they're on where the time moves differently. There's different notches. Sometimes the notch is a day. Sometimes the notch is a year. You never know. It could be the notch could be the difference between a Hall of Famer and the fucking 12th guy off the bench.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, no, you have to keep notches now. Notches is every ranking now is notches. Has to be. So, All right, that's all I got.
All right.